because I love my squad. I could be like Kenny Payne angry because the team's so bad. And this stinks. I could be sad that like, man, I feel like we could be better than this. Or I could be what I am right now. And what I am right now is the game ended. I was having a little laugh. We had some family over. It's like, oh, man, yeah. Nah, man, this is how we are. Hey, all right, let's get to Netflix, Monday Night Raw. Oh, Brock Lesnar's coming out. And didn't even think about watching any post game. Didn't think about listening to what the coach had to say. Never even crossed my mind again. Just, all right, man, let's watch a little Monday Night Raw. You okay, Steve? We lost to Carolina. Like, oh yeah. I mean, watch a couple minutes of that game. You knew what was going to happen. What? They look, and they're all like, "Are you okay?
Are you really okay?
Yeah. Is everything okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, no, we're mid. We're just mid level. We're like, we're
the TV gave me the impression that
we said meh, M-E-H, meh."
Nick, do I sound like today that I need a bunch of memes? Does that sound like what I need right now?
I'm impressed that he has such a catalog of memes on deck already.
Yeah. Does that sound? You hear me speaking, and you think I need a bunch of like Family Guy sounds today?
That was The Simpsons, number one.
That's what you think I need right now?
That's
maybe.
Great.
It's fantastic. I'm gonna go lay in the road. It's just but it's just it really is, Marcus. It's one of those things where it's just so. I just expected that. Like, we should have beat Carolina. You went yesterday. If you said, don't let somebody mock you today. If you said yesterday, I think we're going to go in there and win. Like, we should beat this team. You weren't wrong. Like, if somebody comes today and is like, oh, man, you thought they were going to win. No, yeah, and I was right. Like, I was right.
What does Brandon Lang say? I was on the right side of the bet.
Yeah, right. Like, I was right. You watched the game? I mean, Louisville played like piss. They couldn't finish. They can't hit simple layups at the rim and lost by 3. Like that team. Louisville won that game easy. But Louisville can't beat Louisville. And that consistently has been an issue under Coach Kelsey so far. Like, we can't beat Louisville. I mean, Marcus, when we talk about, and I'm just blabbing everything right now, and then okay, and then we'll get back.
I'm assuming the phone lines are open?
They are. When we talk about, me and you've had this conversation a lot. It was a play me and you loved because we loved the dynamic of it. When I hear Coach Kelsey, just for instance, after a game say, yeah, I told Michael to come here and timeout. We're down 3, and I pointed at the ground, and he didn't do it. And he went to the rim, and he said, well, I felt like I could get to the rim. And, but I think he got fouled, but he didn't, and we were up 3, or down 3, and we probably needed to call a 3, but hey, that's how it goes. That's what he said. That's how it goes. Marcus, me and you love the play. I was talking with Creighton this morning about it. We love the play where Terry Rozier is coming down against Georgia Tech. And Rick's like, time out. And Terry was like, it was a 1-point game. We were down 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Terry goes to the rim, hard up and under, scores, goes up 1. Nanu gets a stop on the other end. We win the game. Rick gets in the back with Coach P gets in the back with Bob. And Bob's like, hey, it looked like, he was calling timeout. Yeah. And you know what Coach P said?
I'm listening.
Yeah. We're going to have a really long conversation, me and Terry, on the way back home. And Marcus, me and you have said, too, I like the player that will say, yeah, I'm willing to take that conversation. I'm going to the basket, and I'm going to score. I'm going to win this game for us.
Mm.
And I love that the coach said, yeah, you do it again, I'll kill you. Is that fine? I'll kill You know what I'm saying?
But good job.
But good job. Hey. But like, yeah, I'll have you life ended if you do it again. You know, I'm okay with it because, because Terry, guess what? You're going to leave, and this is my program, and I run the show here. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, so I'll physically hurt you. But good win. When I hear a coach say, I mean, Michael just told me, he thinks I can get to the rim. Well, first off, there's no reason to do that. He got fouled. Well, guess what? They ain't called a foul all night at the rim, so that ain't going to happen, okay? So that's gone.
And definitely not at this time of the game.
Yeah, right. And they ain't going to call it now, and I mean, they just show they're not going to call that at the rim. So you might as well give that up, okay? That's not really the time for it. And then to say, yeah, but that's how it goes. No, it's not how it goes, man. You're the coach at Louisville. It's not how it goes. I don't care if he's the number 1 pick in the draft. Throw him into the 4th row. You should, as soon as he missed and that went down, you should have called a timeout and sprinted out there in his face and said, "Did you not see me? Did you not see me?" On national TV. I would have loved for him to. This is kind of the same argument Kentucky fans had the other day, where they're like, "Pope, just say these mother effers, but say the word, Pope, at the line. Don't be afraid, say it." And fans probably would be like, "Good." I would Coach Kelsey should have said, "Are you blind? Go sit down." Because I know you're not afraid to set him, because you set him at a key point in the game. You know what I mean? Like,
which play were you begging for him to go get a technical foul more on, the Ryan Conwell foul or the goaltending? The offensive basket interference.
And none of it really bothered me. I mean, the Ryan Conwell foul's like, what are you talking about? The one where he runs up behind the guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's you.
Oh, no. When it was like he was getting ready to set a screen. And Javon Hadley went the other way.
It was really bad. Yeah, I don't know.
By that point of the game, you were already like, y'all blew this a long time ago.
Yeah, and Coach Kelsey doesn't demand respect from the ref, and that bleeds into the fan base. Because I'm like, okay, if you're not going to get on him, I'm not going to sit here and complain about the officiating all the time anymore. Like, if you're not going to demand them make calls and you're not going to get a technical and you're not going to throw a fit, then I'm not going to either, because you're breeding this.
Are we psychoanalyzing if we say something to the effect of your arms being out to the side is not winning over the ref, it's not winning over the call, it's not winning over the teammates, it's not winning over, and
it's not winning over anybody, man.
Yeah, and your stature may demand that you even be a little more animated.
Yes. I mean, there's a reason Mick Cronin acts the way he does. I'm not saying Kelsey needs to be Mick Cronin, but like Cronin knows he's a little guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a little bald guy, but you know what he does? You almost like, he might be crazy. I don't know.
He might just get 1 or 2 calls enough to keep him from blowing the head gasket.
Yeah. So with Coach Kelsey, I'm like, okay, man. Like, if you and look, this isn't me calling for Coach Kelsey's
job. I was gonna
like
say,
that.
There is no need for a disclaimer, and you can have all of this conversation and reactionary by saying, I still think he's a good coach.
But this is also me saying, Coach, like, this will be a conversation eventually if this continues. I'm also not afraid to say that. Like, it won't be this year.
The reason I even participate in this level of critique conversation is because nothing on that basketball floor happened last night, started last night. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, nothing was new on that court. Nothing was out of character on that court.
No, we were exactly who we are last night. That's why it was easy for me to watch that game, turn it off, turn on Monday Night Raw, and see who Brock Lesnar's fighting at WrestleMania. I was okay with that because that's what I've come to expect. I apologize to Creighton. I'm like, no, you're right, man. You know what? Last week, sorry, you're right. You had every right to get mad at me. Like, because like when you have moments like that, it's like, okay, Steve, you love Louisville as much as anybody, and you were able to just mentally check out. It's like, I even told the family, our family that was down from Ohio. I even told him, I said, watch. I said, he goes, well, they're making a comeback. I said, you know how much that pisses me off? You just said that.
I know we all
because
said the same thing.
I said they're going to lose by 3 or 4 points, and they got their butts kicked tonight. And they're going to lose by about 3 or 4 points. And that's what's going to happen. And they ended up losing by 3. And it's like, what, a 3-point game? Kidding me? Like, they had no chance. You watch that game and see that. And the problem is, they should have. Duke is one thing. I can say, okay, there's one team out there that, man, they're good. You know, you didn't have a chance in that game. And I can say, dude, chill out. That North Carolina team, I mean, the one guy with the fro, the light-skinned guy, like screaming all around the court, you know what I'm saying? You're like, what?
I said it too, Steve. I said this team is running on fake juice.
Yeah.
And we spiked it for them.
And we said that. Actually, I'm sorry I even stepped on that, because that's perfect. We spiked their fake juice. Like, we allowed them to where now there's people that watch North Carolina and they're like, man, High plays with all kinds of energy, bro. Did you see High last night? He was awesome. That kid is dog piss. Are you kidding me? That kid sucked. And there's somebody in Chapel Hill today that's like, man, we're getting big minutes out of him. No, you're not. He stinks. I mean, tell me I'm wrong, Marcus. That guy stinks. He was awful.
Here's the problem, Steve. I know the coach has to give credit to the other team. I know that's the sportsman-like thing to do, the gentlemanly thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
But as a basketball analysis or analyst or aficionado, I left that game with complete the word I want to use, Steve, just to not even talk disparagingly about my opponent. My opponent had zero to do with that win, or with that loss.
100%. And
I'll repeat that just to set up my vibe for the rest of today's show. I felt like my opponent had zero to do. Actually, you know what? Let me not go zero. My opponent won this game in training camp. The opponent I played last night won that game a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
My team lost that game a long time ago. The nail in the coffin of that game last night was, and I said this last night, so I apologize if people hear me repeating it. At the 19-21 minute mark, Steve, we were down, and that just sticks in my brain because I looked at that clock. The 19-21 mark of the second half. You realize that's 39 seconds into the second half. Michael Brown gets to the basket, dishes the ball to Sananda Frew. He goes up weak. He should have had the and one. I mean, just on a platter. It's a tie game, 41-41. If Sananda Frew takes that ball up with strength, authority, and fundamental.
But the don't lose your train of thought because I love where you're going and I want to add to it. The table had already been set, Marcus, because let me take you back to the first bucket of the game for North Carolina. Lazy pass by North Carolina. Ball gets batted around. Isaac McNeely halfway goes down to pick it up. Shows me you don't value it.
Mm-hmm.
Half down to pick it up, bobbles it around. It kind of goes. Ryan Conwell goes to grab it. It bounces off his hand. Straight back to North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
They dish it down. Nobody's down there. Guy gets a wide open layup. I looked at my wife. I swear I wish I had a camera. I said, that's why they have no shot of winning a championship, and that's why they're a mediocre team. That play right there. That's the first bucket of the game for Carolina. That's an easy steal from Louisville. You don't value the basketball. You don't value possessions, which goes back, and I come back to your point, how big of a moment that is right there to start the second half in a possession that
And
you clearly.
I yell at one person when that happens. I yell at one person.
Okay.
Steve Rummage.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm an idiot.
Steve Rummage. Every single time he lays it up and Steve comes in here and says, Marcus, he had 14 and 8. I said, Steve, first of all, he left 21 on the he left another 7 on the table with layups and stop. He dunked it. He didn't dunk it with authority, Steve, and it won't work at the end of the season, Steve. Mm-hmm. He'll miss it in any kind of pressure situation, Steve, in any kind of environment, tournament-style environment, fundamentals. They're not calling him Steve.
But he got the bucket. 14 points and 7 rebounds and 3 assists. So not the fruit. Yeah.
It's not going to work.
I know.
Ever. The lack of fundamentals on layups is not going to stand up to intense pressure. Be it time, be it physicality, be it, season. Other teams are at their best fundamentally. With the rule, you dunk it or you use the glass. With an occasional floater in the middle of the lane, and you better be damn good at it to shoot that percentage shot. Do you see their point guard, the way they attack Kenai Ruth's body? And did you see how simple that forward blocked Ryan Conwell's shot? And
Ken, I'm sorry. Ken just sprinted out of full sprint, Marcus, out the front door, running down the sidewalk as though I'm almost wondering if we're not under attack.
He
go forward with what you have.
the movie with time.
Keep cut out pretty.
Yeah. Marcus, can you give me a quick
You cut
drop
out really bad, really bad.
Yeah, it's been kind of a little, but
But I know what Marcus is saying, and I do agree with him. That was very off-putting, the way he just ran.
And here comes Drew now, walking in.
Maybe he knows where he went.
Am I still choppy?
A little bit.
Yeah. You wanna disconnect, reconnect?
Let's take a commercial break, and I'll.
Do you want to get these calls first?
Okay. Yep. Take the calls
for a minute.
Yeah. Go ahead. Cody, welcome in. What's going on, man?
Hey guys, the one thing that's burnt into my brain from the game is I was making food and like in my peripherals I see just this dude from North Carolina just tomahawk dunking on the fast break like so high in the air. Like in my mind it looked like he was doing a LeBron tomahawk.
Mm-hmm.
It's the saddest thing I ever seen in my life. Marcus, you took my point, man, because I've really been taking to heart the whole fundamental thing you've been talking about, and it's like every one of these like big physical teams we go against, it's the same thing. Now there's various degrees to how bad we look, but yeah, it's like, you know, we try to get into simple actions and guys are getting knocked off balance. Guys are almost falling to the rim trying to drive, and we got like 3 travel calls last night off of that. So I just got one question because I know you're about to go to break. If these games are lost in the offseason, is Pat Kelsey, do you guys think that he's capable of adjusting this when the final buzzer goes off? Because I listening to him, I don't think that he thinks everything's fine. He seems troubled by this, but I know he's not throwing everybody, like putting everybody on blast, but he doesn't seem okay with this. So do you guys think that he is capable of fixing this? And that's all I got, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks.
I appreciate the call.
He better.
I mean, he better be. Yeah, I don't.
He
I don't
better
really know how to answer that.
He better have somebody good in his ear that when they do the off-season self-scout, you can
Sound
say,
great, by the way.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
When he does the off-season self-scout, he has to go back over the season, and Marcus Maben is just going to sit here and say, hey, that's a fundamental flaw on Javon Hadley. He could have used the glass right here. Their body positioning they're not attacking the body. I will go to the Carolina point guard attacking Kenai Roof's body and getting the layup or the and one every single time.
Mm-hmm.
I will go to Ryan Conwell exposing the basketball on his leg. And again, like everybody's trying to make plays. Nobody's purposely not trying to get a bucket, right? But it has to be unacceptable to get to the basket without drawing any contact.
Are you sure McNeely's trying to score? Are you convinced of that?
I am. I'm glad you asked. He's chasing a percentage 3-point number.
Well, to your credit, you need to call Jay Williams to say, hey, I want my credit. Because Jay Williams, I mean, he slowed it down yesterday and was like, look, every time he shoots, he's kicking his leg out.
Really?
He's kicking. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Jay Williams,
I turned him down.
They were literally, no, they literally showed it, and they went back and was like slow-moing it, and Jay Williams was like, look,
really?
Look, watch. Yeah, Jay Williams goes, watch his foot. He said he's never on balance. He's kicking his foot out every time he goes up and shoots. And Jay Williams was like, yeah, he were that way. You cannot be an elite. Jay Williams was literally like, you cannot be an elite shooter and do that. You can't.
You cannot, especially when you're wide open. Like you can kick on your third 3 when you're hot. But even you cannot be. Listen, the reason it's even comparable. Yeah. Am I bad? Am I sound bad?
A little in and out. Yeah.
I might chop my leg.
Well, let's get our last call really quick, and then we'll go to break. We'll figure it out really quick. Edwin, welcome in. What's going on?
Yes, sir. I called a couple years ago. The true Louisville fan, it hurts to lose, man. It just hurts to lose.
Mm-hmm.
No, all of you folks are really special to me because 2 years ago I called you to say you're my favorite all-time player, you and Wes Unseld. So I'm 76 years old. I remember all those folks.
Wow. Very cool.
A loss, you got to be a true Louisville fan. We do a lot of things right, but we have no post play. We don't get a putback. I'm school Wes Unseld. Get me a rebound and a putback. Give me a putback.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen games where Wes had tore down 18 boards. 18 boards. Seriously.
Yeah,
We have no post play. We have no power forward play. We just a bunch of pretty damn talented, but they just shoot. They just shoot the basketball. You talk to a 10th grader right now anywhere, everybody can shoot. Everybody can shoot. Nobody can rebound, defend, slide and defend, and pick up somebody, double team somebody, trap somebody. We don't do it. There's so much we don't do right, you know?
Yeah. No, Edwin. Hey, man. First off, I appreciate the call, and thank you for listening and the kind words there. I know Marcus. I don't know if Marcus is back with us, but I'm sure he really appreciates that. Yeah,
Indeed.
You and Wes Unseld. How about that?
Same, pretty much the same guy.
Yeah, I call it. Look, I'm like, nah. But anyways, let's do.
It's
this,
my personality mixed with my on the court. Okay, we'll get a quick
let's
break.
take our break. Yeah, let's take our break.
Tell Nikki stay close by.
Some more I want to talk to. Absolutely, we'll be right back on 939 Neville.
If it's the Cards Transit
Okay,
Company,
Marcus.
I'm listening.
I'm gonna reset the contracts on my end, so you go ahead, disconnect, and then I'll text you when to reconnect.
Okay, I'll do the same.
From 16 down in the second half, and it turned into a one possession game. Those guys know. We got older veteran guys. They know we're on the road, tough venues against really good teams. We got another one on Saturday. Clemson's as tough and physical as a team as we're going to play all year long.